welcome to the tea table. Today starts our series of looking at some new cards from our next set, Astral Radiance here. We're going to be looking at some decks. My plan is the first few days of a week, we look at a few decks, and the last couple I will be posting some gameplay using those decks against established decks that we currently have, like Arceus, and Mew and Malamar and stuff like that. So, our first deck is going to be Origin Palkia VSTAR. So it is a new card from the upcoming Astral Radiance, like I said. So we're going to look at the deck. We're going to start with the cards that are more known, and then jump into the new ones at the end of that. So we can all, look at them together and see what cool mechanics do exist. So with this deck, you start off with 4 Sobble. The Sobble that does keep calling, that does get more Sobble in play, basically. It's what it is. So if you start with it, it's not the end of the world. And then you got the 3 Drizzle, which says when you play this card from your hand, search your deck for a Trainer. Pretty good, just helps you instantly set up. 2 of the Shade Eating Inteleon, which is like the Drizzle, except you get 2 Trainers, which when you look at the rest of the deck is going to be super important and can let us do some really cool plays. And then you got 1 of the Quick Shooting Inteleon, put 20 on a Pokemon, basically to help fix our math if we may be off a bit. So then we have 1 Mana Fee to protect our bench for decks like Urshifu and Inteleon. So with that quick rundown, let's check out the new Pokemon in the deck. First, you do have the basic Origin Palkia V, who for 1 water says search for a stadium, reveal it, put your hand. It's fine. Kind of generic, whatever. For 2 water and a colorless, it then does 200, and it can attack next turn. Again, kind of generic, whatever. You're really not hoping that that's what you're doing. You're not hoping you're going all in with Origin Palkia V. On the other hand, Origin Palkia VSTAR, a deck that is super popular in Japan right now. So it does continue our new mechanic of VSTARs from the last set. And this Pokemon got 220 HP. For 2 water, it does 60 plus 20 for each bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponents. Sounds a lot like Suicune V, except upgraded as the base is a little more. You do have to evolve, unlike Suicune. You can even play Suicune if you want it in this deck, but the 60 plus does let you do more damage, so I definitely think it is a better card to be playing. Then we have its V-Star power, Star Portal. During your turn, attach up to 3 water energy cards from discard pile to your water Pokemon any way you like. Remember, you can only use 1 V-Star power per game, but luckily, that's all we have in this deck is this one. So it can help you get back out of nowhere. You do see the lack of Melanie in this deck list, which is a popular card in the water decks. Basically, if you miss the attachment turn 1, you're probably going to Star Portal turn 2, which is fine. Or it can help you get back in the game later after, they get a knockout in 1 hit and you're not expecting. And you're like, well, how do I recover? Oh, wait, I'll just Star Portal, boom, put all my energy back into play, basically, and get to swinging. So we do have a couple other new Pokemon pairing with Palkia. We have Starmie V, really cool card. Big thing on it, too, is it has 0 retreat cost. So if you start with it, it's okay. You're like, start with a V. But it's not like other Vs where you just got retreat for free. It's great. So for 2 colors, it does 50. The attack's not affected by weakness, resistance, any other effects. So it just kind of gets around whatever your opponent might be doing for guaranteed damage. And then for 2 water, it does Energy Spiral, which is 50 times the amount of energy attached to all your opponent's Pokemon. And that's really good against Arceus. So if Arceus attacks, you can just boom Starmie. You could use your V-Star ability, power it up in 1 turn if you have to, and then hit them for 1 hit knockout. Because basically, if they got the 3 energy to attack with Arceus and they put at least 2 in play, or 3, I'm sorry, that's 300 damage already. Or you could choice spell late, if they only put 2, but most likely they're going to put 3, because why wouldn't you? At least you don't have any in your deck. Super cool card. And if you get a chance, go check out the alternate art for this. It's got Misty on it. It's insane. And this is like a card I'm looking to be a staple, I think, in water decks going forward. And this is easy to attack with and can get you that knockout out of nowhere. So then we have a new mechanic introduced in this set. It is called the Sparkling Pokemon rule. So basically, it's like a shiny version, but you can only have one Sparkling Pokemon in your deck. So it harkens back to old mechanics like Stars and Ace-Specs, where they're extra strong versions of cards, but the trade-off is you can only have one in your deck. So let's see what Sparkling Greninja has in store for us. Its ability is once during your turn, you may discard an energy card from your hand and draw 2 cards. That combos pretty well with our V-Star ability, if I say so myself. It's built-in draw, gets you going, helps with the V-Star, and as you'll see later, you can just get a turn 1, and it's really, really cool, and it's just a great card, and it's going to be interesting to see what Sparkling Pokemon people play as. There's others in the set, so it'll be interesting to see which decks do this one, which decks choose the other one. And then its attack for 3 energy. It says discard 2 energy from this Pokemon, does 90 to your opponent's Pokemon. That's not even bad. Like if you haven't had to use your V-Star ability and your opponent's like retreating, trying to get out of stuff, and you're just like, hey, I'm gonna knock out those 2. Or if you gotta be super aggressive, like you get Greninja turn 1, you're playing against like Malamar, and you want to knock out 2 Inkays turn 1 or turn 2, so they can't evolve and get you back, set you up to basically win. Also do that. Pretty good card. I like it a lot. I'm excited to see what Sparkling Pokemon they do print in the future. So those are all the Pokemon in the deck. So let's check out the trainers. We got 3 Quick Ball, 3 Level Ball, 3 Battle BIP Pass. It's going to look a little weird, but in a couple minutes, you're like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. 3 Evolution Incense. You got 3 Capacious Bucket because Greninja's basically your draw engine. I think you could go down to 2 and maybe a second training cord. As you see, there is one. But I think with the ability for Drizzle and Inteleon to search out the Capacious Bucket, that 3 is a pretty good number. I wouldn't go to 4, but it kind of seems weird to go to 2. So I think 3 is a really, really good number for that. Then we got 2 Scoop Up Nets to recycle your Greninja or Inteleons or whatever. So that's the big part. You can like Capacious Bucket, draw 2, pick up Greninja, draw 2, you just drew 4, use your V-Star ability, put everything back into play. Your opponent's like, what just happened? What's going on here? Pretty cool. Love that. Then we got 1 Echoing Horn, which puts a Pokemon for your opponent's bench on your discard pile, which does combo with Palkia VSTAR's attack, because it does more damage for each bench Pokemon in play. So we got Cross Switcher, which is a thing you've seen in the past in Inteleon decks. If you play 2 of these, you get to choose one of their Pokemon and switch it, and you switch one of yours. So you can just Inteleon for both of them if you had a supporter that turn, and then still win the game, and your opponent's like, oh, they can't play Bosses, or is he? Just kidding. I did it. You knocked out. I win the game. Pretty great. This deck only has 1 tool. It is a choice spell through 30 more Vs. Staple, I would say, at this point in its shelf life of being around for the whole set it's been around. And basically, I don't know if you need more than 2. I think you just kind of 2-shot everything, so I think 1 was the idea behind it. But, I mean, 2's not wrong, but 1 feels like a good placement for what you're doing here. And then we have Irida? I don't know how to say it. Apologies if I mispronounced that horribly. But this is a new supporter that says, search your deck for a water Pokemon and an item. Show them to your opponent and put them in your hand. Shuffle your deck. So wait a second. So you're telling me my opponent does whatever, go first. I go draw my turn. I can get a Battle VIP Pass and a whatever. And a Sparkling Greninja. Or if I already got a Battle VIP Pass, I can get a Sparkling Greninja and a Capacious Bucket and I'm drawing cards already. Or I can get a Drizzle and an item. Or it'll let you even like Inteleon for 3. Because you can get Inteleon, evolve, and then whatever other item you got, boom, you're getting in there. Pretty sick. I think this card's really great. I think it is a 4 of because all your Pokemon are literally water, and the items you can get with it, it helps you do the cross switcher thing easier, and the Battle VIP Pass, Capacious Bucket, all that stuff. It's like another Drizzle. It's your turn 1 Drizzle. And who doesn't want to have a Drizzle turn 1? I know I do. Then the rest of the supporters, we got a Research, a Raihan, and 2 Bosses orders. You can't go to 1 Bosses orders because of Cross Switcher, but I prize everything. So, me personally, I did 2 Bosses orders. Then we got the stadiums here. We got a training court, get back the energy or discard Greninja. Pretty simple on that one. But then we do have a new stadium, which is pretty cool if it sticks in play. The Temple of Sinnoh. All special energy attached to Pokemon, both using your opponents. Luckily, we don't play any. Provide colorless and have no other effect. So if there was like an attack on a Pokemon that was like, it does 70 for each, fusion energy, but the fusion energy now provides colorless, it's going to be hard for that Pokemon to attack. Or if there's like or if you got like a single strike deck, they ain't going to do nothing. They're not going to be able to attack. Now, granted, the stadium has to stick in play, so it's kind of an awkward card. I'm not sure if it is better than Path to the Peak, but who knows? With that being said, this was our first deck profile. Later in the week, Palkia is going to jump into some games. I'm not sure what I'm going to play against yet, but we will get that posted as soon as we can. I do want to thank Jake Gearhart for this the app I use, Pokegear app. I will link that in the description of the video. And I'm not quite sure who made this deck list. It's like 58 to 60 cards of a Japanese player. I'm sorry I did not know who you are, but thank you for that deck list as well. And if you know who they are, please comment them so I can rightfully give them credit. And I will see everybody next time on the Tea Table.